Adishimai Ghana ba kupe ye wobi wo baby ana debio Sikampu anu meya Adishimai Ghana ba kupe ye wobi wo baby ana debio Eni ati dene atadwe asikyere ne se Ghana fo e wa broche nyina didwumedie biaba Ghana ba kupe ayedi embre sumo sisi atoano Yabo sign say, she and winning the Mudia Yakosiana wa manonino. Yenya coupon say, a mass say, a debay my gun and move back to that Nenchiri Masunya Muto. Entigana Maya Wamanonina, Yanka Yamum way. Said ye baya yenda yasui, bet to me abemu. Yedi Mudian Satna was somewhat how I be free or may muka manonino. Sauna da suwa enko bebiara. Na was some pay woman say. Yeni anoma ye fence so de kwa manonino. Bebre no ne won kwa esne wana okodro. Yenya kopon se. Enkwa sumna ye sumna fedie ye di kwa wieye. Nisremo. O my bebre aye bia mana ye. Yesu yedri yeso. My Ghana yes ye betumi aya mana ye. O my biti say Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Korea, China, Dubai. Any o my oduopi e kwa we yaso no na mo amenchiri menya woto. Ni na ne say momi anyina nka momwe. No bibiara ni wo beba be ye o my Ghana my agisa ye ni ara nkurankure. Ya didu atu amerade.
Good afternoon to you all viewers and listeners wherever you are. It's afternoon here in the Rockies and you're live on Fire One. And if it's evening, good evening to you wherever you are. You know, you're loud and we appreciate you for tuning in today. If you're just joining us on Facebook, please follow and share this broadcast. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to our YouTube page and also share with friends and family. We really appreciate you. And to our listeners on the radio, thank you so much, and please do well to visit our YouTube page at Fire One TV and on our Facebook also, and like, follow, and subscribe. We really appreciate you. Today happens to be the last Saturday of August. Just can't believe how fast August went by real quick, meaning there are more in store for us in the new month, and we pray that the new month will be a good month for everybody. Please stay tuned. You are live on the Truth Matters show, and we love you.
Ghana mampani woni umpani fo o ma menyi na mo sori waka na yeso o mai mwe ni enya kopon fa hu mobro o mai mobo no ma menya huto praye wo we ba kwa ne bo o ka bo mo mudo Ghana mai yenyi na ye ba kwa ne yo
Yo, odo eneye sana yema miukya adwa gospel catching, and I do know you will show love to one another, not only to Guineans but to everybody in this world. We need love, and we need to love somebody. We do have Mr. Elton Brobe on the line with us today to give us an update for what went on in Ghana this week. I know a lot have been going on, and he is ready to bring us a report. And I am really eager to know what went on since I am always behind on the news out there. So I am going to be introducing him in a minute. Please, if you're just joining us, please share the stream to get more people on here. Please do share. So a lot of people will join us today for because we have a lot to discuss. Things that are going on out in Ghana and also here in the States. Wherever you are in the world, please join in with us today. All right, I am ready for the news update. So let's put Mr. Elton Brobe on. He is the presidential correspondent for Multimedia in Ghana. Joy News. Hello, Mr. Brobe. Hello. I'm going to try and put him back on. All right, let's put Mr. Brobe back on. Hello, Mr. Brobe. Hello. Mr. Brobe, are you there? Well, sorry, we're having a technical difficulty. We will try and take a few minutes break, fix this, and we'll be right back. Are you there?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Now it's better. Welcome to the Truth Matters show.
Thank you very much, and thanks for having me.
Well, great. How was your week?
Well, we are in the season, so it's always on the road. We got back from the voter reading yesterday, and it's been a week of touching base with some key state institutions. It started on Monday. We ended it in the voter reading. We got back from the voter reading this morning, so that's why we've been on the road with the president.
Wow, sounds like it's been another busy week.
Sure. I mean, I think the day started on Tuesday. Monday, there was no event at the Jubilee House, and the president decided to hold private meetings and engage in other government activities, minus the media. But on Tuesday, he started what he described as post-COVID visit. So on Tuesday, for the first time, we went to the premises of the Bank of Ghana, that's Ghana Central Bank, where he interacted with the governor and senior management members of Bank of Ghana. The Bank of Ghana, according to him, was key because he needed to understand certain things ongoing. Remember that some 2 years ago, Bank of Ghana revoked the licenses of 9 indigenous banks in the country, some of them Beige, UT Bank, Capital Bank, Sovereign Bank, Republic Bank, Sovereign Bank, and a few other banks, including Unit Bank, and 9 of them actually. Now, the charge against them by the Bank of Ghana 2 years ago was that they were insolvent. They had undertaken some poor management practices that had put investors and depositors in danger. And so the Bank of Ghana needed to step in to protect depositors' money, as well as some of the money that Ghana had, or the Bank of Ghana had advanced to them. So the banking sector cleanup brought about the collapse of 9 indigenous banks wholly owned by Ghanaians. Now of them went under. Now government decided that they will pay back money belonging to depositors of the 9 banks that were deemed insolvent and that had their license revoked. And further created a consolidated bank where all the banks that were that had their license revoked came under one management, consolidated bank. So the management or the ownership of the bank moved from those who had earlier established them, people like Dr. Kovnado for Kofi Amuaben, Dr. Pakosi Ndum, and few others. So now Consolidated Bank is now in charge of these banks. The government decided that it would pay off depositors that had money with some of these banks. And according to government, Ghana has so far spent 20 billion Ghana cedis to pay off depositors. So at a visit to the Bank of Ghana, the president, after interacting with the senior management, had 2 questions. First, what the bank is doing to ensure that there is not a repeat of the crisis that led to the collapse of the 9 banks. And secondly, the status of payment to the depositors. The governor of the central bank, Dr. Addison, indicated that as far as the payment was concerned, the Bank of Ghana has paid depositors of the 9 indigenous banks 100%. I mean, they don't owe anybody any longer. And that the only outstanding issue of TN Bank, originally owned by Dr. Papa Ndum, and they had issues with some of the documentations that they presented, but they've done their own reconciliation and that they will start payment this week. But apart from the 9 indigenous banks, some specialized deposit-taking institutions, also known as rural banks, microfinance institutions, and dozens of them also were closed by the Bank of Ghana for similar reasons, that they had undertaken poor management practices that had led to them not being in a solvent position. And for those who had their monies with the specialized deposit taking institutions, rural banks, microfinance, They paid 95%, leaving just 5%, and they hope to finish the payment by the end of September. But going forward, they identified three issues that some of the banks had engaged in the past, and that have brought them to the position where they had to lose their license. One of them has to do with bad corporate governance, as well as poor data reporting. Some banks do not report correct data to the Bank of Ghana. And lastly, capital verification. When the banks say that they have this amount of money for your operations, they should be backed up with evidence. But most of the banks told the Bank of Ghana that even though on paper they had this kind of money, further investigation showed that they didn't have that kind of money. So it looks like there was poor supervision and monitoring of these banks that led to their collapse. So this is what they've done, according to the Governor of the Bank of Ghana, to tighten controls and monitoring. And as far as the payment is concerned, they paid 100% for the collapsed banks and 95% for the socialized deposit taking institutions. So that was the Bank of Ghana, for which we moved to the Ghana Stock Exchange. The next day we went to the cocoa processing company, CPC, a company established by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah to add value to our cocoa. So if you have come across golden tree chocolate, those are some of their products. But years of mismanagement have led to the fact that they have a legacy debt of $100 million.
Wow.
And the debt rises by the day, and the blame has been simple, that they had also not been prudent in their management for some time now. But the new management that was appointed by the president when he assumed office in 2017, according to the report by the managing director and the director of the board, despite a $100 million legacy, that they've done so much to try to revive the company, and they appear to be on course. And they wanted more financial assistance from government so that they will be able to do what they have to do. According to them, they've opened, they've witnessed 13% increment in their sales, which gives an indication that people, because of what they are doing, things are beginning to get better for them. So that was Wednesday, and then on Thursday we were back on the road to the Volta region. It wasn't a tour of the region. The president was there to cast off for work start on an 80 million euro water project for the Kita municipality. That place they've been without water for years, and their main source of water, because of population growth and other things, it's not able to meet the demand of the municipality. So there was a need for government to step in. So we're there on Thursday. The program started with a Deba organized by the Ahomefia to welcome the president, and some issues came up. Remember that prior to the start of the nationwide voter registration exercise, the Ghana Armed Forces, under the auspices of the Ministry of Defense, deployed some military personnel to the statement that accompanied it to maintain surveillance at our borders of entry, because government had come to the conclusion that some people had come into the country illegally, and some of these people have been responsible for the spread of the coronavirus, and for that reason they needed the military to be at these borders to enforce the closure of our borders. So 1,000 military personnel were deployed. Out of the 1,000, 163 were sent to the Volta region. Now their deployment or presence came at the same time when the country was preparing to undertake the registration of voters for the December 7th general elections, and some in the Volta region were not happy with the deployment. Some describing it as an attempt by government to put fear in them, to prevent them from going out to register, harass them, victimize them, all manner of reasons were adduced by especially people from the Volta region. And indeed, the Volta Regional Caucus in Parliament, that's MPs from the region, also held a news conference, actually gave government a 2-day ultimatum to withdraw the military personnel, because according to the military, apart from maintaining our borders, are going into people's homes, beating them, harassing them under the preface that he had brought in people from Togo to come and register in the voter registration exercise. So, according to President Akufo-Addo, in the midst of the accusations from a section of the populace in the region, he held a meeting with the Volta Regional House of Chiefs at the Jubilee House. It was a private meeting, confidential, and the conclusion of the meeting was that the Regional House of Chiefs should submit names of 3 persons to be part of a team that will constitute a committee to investigate the alleged harassment that the region complained about. And he was waiting for the chiefs to bring him the names of the 3 so that he will add to those that will come from the government side. But the names did not come. Yet on radio, he heard some of the chiefs who were part of the meeting disclose details of what had happened in private. And some had actually twisted what was discussed at that particular meeting. But it ended up by concluding that the presence of the military in the Volta region, and my information is that some of them are still there, the deployment was not targeted at the Volta region alone. Rather was it influenced by the desire to harass, intimidate, and prevent people from going ahead to register, but rather was to secure the country's border. And as Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, whenever he's confronted with a situation where they need to protect the citizens and protect our borders, he will do so, and that's exactly what he did. But nevertheless, he's so ready. If the chief submits the names of the people to him, he will go ahead and set up the committee to investigate. And if there's a need to undertake corrective measures, they will do that. He was not happy with the fact that he's in charge a tribalistic and somebody who is not in favor of development in the region. And he said that anytime people want to raise the issue of tribalism and exclusion, they should look at whether government in the sharing of the national cake is deliberately leaving a certain region out. If that becomes the basis for that argument, then you can advance it and say that a section of the populace is being left out in the sharing of the national cake. But as far as he is concerned, he has never been and he will never be. You consider the Volta region the key region in the country. But in the situation where people take advantage of our porous border and will come into the country illegally at the time when they are enforcing border controls, he will do whatever he has to do as a commander-in-chief to protect the region. So, I mean, that was it. It was a one day, after which he went on to cut off for the work to start on the 85 million euro water project for the people of Keita, and also gave the assurance that the Keita landing beach, a key promise in the run-up to the 2016 election, and the construction of a harbour for Keita. According to him, for the construction of the harbour, remember that there's been so much issues about the appointment of the chief executive for the Keita Harbour Development Authority when there's actually no work being done to construct a particular harbour. And the answer is that they've commissioned a feasibility study to determine the viability and commercial viability of that particular project. The feasibility study has made some findings, and those findings will come to a conclusion in December. Work will start on the Keita Harbour early next year, but for the Keita Landing Beach, that is starting in September. So basically, this is a wrap. So we came back to Accra this morning.
Okay, so let me come in here. The soldiers that were deployed to the borders were some sent to the western part and the northern part of the country as well?
Yes, they were. I mean, the deployment was targeted at regions where we share border with neighboring countries. So you have the northern region, the Brona-Hafo region, also the western region, and then the Volta region. So regions that Ghana share border with neighboring countries, like Cote d'Ivoire, Togo, Burkina Faso. So the deployment, 1,000 military personnel or soldiers out of the 1,163, according to the president, were sent to the Volta region. If you want to do a percentage of it, that's like 10%.
10%, yeah. Wow. All right. So what happened in Accra when you came back to Accra?
So everything is fine. I think that the political system is heating up by the day. We 3 months is only 100 days to the election, so all the political parties are gearing up for the December 7 general elections. The NDC were told will adore their manifesto on Monday, but we've been told that it's been postponed to 7th September, which will be 3 months away from elections.
What is dragging it?
NPP, nobody knows. No, nobody knows. It's a party in opposition, so we expect that they would have been done with all of these, but they've been late in most of the things. But I think that there is a better explanation. According to the party, the statement that they issued here last night did not explain the reason for the postponement. But we've been told that the launch of the manifesto will come off on September 7th. The TDP also had their Congress over the weekend. They also have a presidential candidate now. So with the exception, so for now, going into the elections, the major political parties, the MPP, the incumbent MPP, the NDC, CPP, half the APC, and then some other smaller parties, they all have candidates. The Electoral Commission will do exhibition, they will open nominations, and then we'll see our way clear as far as the election is concerned. But with just 100 days, I think the situation is about heating up. And then tomorrow at 8 p.m., the president will address the nation on steps taken to deal with COVID-19.
Okay.
Now, what is clear is that our airport will be open, our borders will be open. There will be no longer 14 days quarantine for those who come into the country. However, when you enter the country, you will do a rapid test for COVID-19. That will take you like 15 minutes to know your results.
Oh, that's
the outcome of your results will, the outcome of the results will determine whether you self quarantine or you join the general population. So they've done a lot of work at the airport. They've created cubicles. So when passengers arrive, they are taken straight to the health check. Everybody will go through the checks, and then you wait for your results. When your results come and it's negative, then you go through immigration. Then you can go and clear your luggage, and then you can join the general population. Well, if the results come positive, then you'll be asked to self-isolate for 2 weeks before you can join the general population. And the government is also expecting to get a report from the Ministry of Health. They set up a committee to advise government on when and how to open schools. That report is also expected to feature prominently in the president's address tomorrow night.
Wow, that is really good. The government of Ghana has really worked out things for the Ghanaians abroad and other foreigners who wants to visit the country will be able to come in without any hassle or the time of quarantine and all of that.
Yeah. So we'll get the fine details tomorrow at 8 p.m.
Okay. Well, is that it for today?
Yeah, for now, that's all we have to report. I think next week is as usual going to be very busy. Tomorrow we'll give a clear indication as to how the country wants to manage COVID-19 going forward, because clearly from what happens tomorrow, we are obviously opening up our country again for commerce and for movement of people here and there. The other issue is about schools. Already indications that universities can go back to school. What about the senior secondary school and the basics? There was a committee set up to advise government on it. The reports, we don't know the details, but we are told that it will come in the president's speech tomorrow.
Okay. And
then we'll know the way forward. For next week, unfortunately, the NDC says they are moving the manifesto to September 7th, so have to wait for September 7th before we know. But they are also promising against the MPP. The MPP on this week, a lot of people spent time to digest it. The key promises in the manifesto, the payment of rent allowance for people who will be renting for the first time, ensuring that landlord cannot take more than 6 months. The provision of, basically it's the rent allowance, apart from the fact that in 2016 they made 503 promises, 503 promises. In this year's manifesto, they've made 136. They are consolidating most of the promises they made in 2016. So, I mean, the discussion on the manifesto is still ongoing. A better comparison can be made when the NDC also presents
theirs. Okay.
September 7th, and then we will know the way forward.
Okay, then we'll have more to talk about coming week when they announces their manifesto and present it to the country, and we'll have more to talk about next week. Thank you so much for coming on today with this report. Have a blessed week and be safe.
You too, and have a good afternoon.
Okay, thank you.
Ghana ba kupe adishimai Ghana ba kupe ye wobi wo baby ana debio sikampo anu meya adishimai Ghana ba kupe ye wobi wo baby ana debio eni ati dene atadwe asikyere ne se Ghana fo e wa broche nyina di dwumedie biaba Ghana ba kupe ayedi embre sumo sisi atoano ye bo sign se hwehwe ni ne mudi aya kosua ne wa manone no ye nyankopon se emra so se ye di ba ye my Ghana mu be kyerɛkyerɛ na nkyiri masunya ahoto enti Ghana ma ye wa manone nyina ye nka ye humomo ai sade ye be ya ye da ye sui betumi abemu ye die ni mudi eni nyansa na kwaso mu achedodo awa di efri o mai mu kwa manone no sa na da so wa enko be biara na ra wo sam kwe wo mu ne se ye nua no ma ye fansu so de kwa manone no bebre no na ri won kwa esne wona okodro ye nyankopon se enko aso na ye so na fe die ye di kwa wie ye nisramo o mai bebre be aye bia mana ye yeso ye dri yeso my Ghana, yes, you bet to me, I am, and I ye. Or maybe to say Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Korea, China, Dubai, any of my old whoopee, a power yes, and one more mentally men out. Nina say, Mommy and Nina come away. No baby, any or baby, or my Ghana, my I just say any around Grangre, Yadi to America. Sense ya gospel in market trema so say Ghana man penny when you penny for a man many now sorry waka na yes so may mwe near yanko ponfa mo bro o may mobo no man many amuto praye we back one ebo ukabo mo mudo Ghana mai yenina ye back one yo.
Yo, prayo we back one. Ebu ukamboma embuda. Yeda your reporter na se wo nsema akoso na watwemu ewo ye memwa or the brain. And Ghanaians have good news that the president and the government has put stuff in place that when they reopen the country fully, when you travel out there, you will be able to take a COVID test right there within minutes. You have results. The results will let them know if you be let go in quarantine or you go home. And that is a great news to all Ghanaians and foreigners outside the country who wishes to go and visit. That is a good news, I think.
Changing
501 Radio. Thanks for listening.
Opera anywhere wabo. Say near Babekosu Abrabuma if free me near free will. Yegina ye kambum near my now pine swa ubi abinyahoto. And then so your jumedia ye debremwa your topic near desperation in Ghana politics for those on the radio and those on Facebook, you have it on your screen. We do ask that you, when you come on, you share the broadcast, and if you're on YouTube too, please share and subscribe to our page. We have our brother with us to discuss a lot of stuff that went on in Ghana. One pressing issue, well, not only in today's topic, but I want to bring that in on the feeding in the schools with videos that are coming out and pictures that are being out there. I really want to discuss this issue. Maybe this will help the Guinean government to rethink who they've been giving the money to, how they're doing, and maybe set up a committee like food and nutrition to better serve the students with nutritious food instead of what I saw. Most of them are really didn't look like, say, it's like a dinner, not a lunch. That is too heavy for a student to consume that and sit in the classroom and be able to learn. That is too much, in my opinion. And I have some videos to show, and we will dive into the discussion. And our lines will be open along the way, so please stay tuned. Yo, medibini abema slide beto fire one on the video to welcome him today. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, me abema to say.
I
hope so. Now we're 21 real well.
Oh, now I trained the Adomiti Papandia. See, I didn't see people. I got me out to
ne yɛbɛhyɛ adwumadi no ase send the topic no wo screen so how desperate humans are for power. They ask for power, it's being given to them. They make tons of promises, they're able to do some, not all, but really disturbing to trust someone and give them power over you. Na niema o expect you mo se o me no muntumi enye na o ma odi tumi be show mo nsa ne mum no be fatumi no mo de aye ne o mo pe.
Mami, topic there. Seven kanipa bia upe bibia no sawa ne there except ka we are very desperate. By desperate no is it negative or positive? And then necessarily because we are desperate to budget, but for the personal interest, for the family interest, send the bear amount for because as MP will say anything about. But Obiso are a very desperate power with the willing set of Bayajuma. And you know, I mean the positive aspect of the Nipabiana will be piano. And there's some more than open. And indeed, no two ways about that. But say, unya to me no one. Say that we are desperate. Help to me no. Are you so desperate to work?
That is the question.
Are you so desperate to make a change? Are you so desperate to develop in people's life or in the economy or in the neighborhood? Obama say biaba. And then big question pa.
So in this case, no, can say, Mayor say, yeah, only the opposition that I see them, they are really desperate for the regaining the power again. So if I will use the desperation to describe them with all their promises and the stuff they're saying, do you think when they regain power, is something to change the people's life?
I mean, I was both the president, both the MPs, both the assemblymen, both appear on call for nomination. How they were so desperate for that position. Tama mubeti kuruno so. Anomu patam the su. And dear no my, and it is about.
Yeah.
Okay, let's from the opposition. And then if you are willing to remember me, that's a what to all. That's a best you are so say MP when they may find say MP no or opposition. Let me use that way. Or opposition. Not sure who say opposition now or war tama now or war bemuno. Any opposition or sa or war bemuno and this is a war opposition. And yeah, it's just so and then say and that back on so. And then say say once. And maybe let me say why we are Ghana politics. Yeah, and trouble you know be in the hospital. And no any idea I want to maybe I'm a crumwa. I'm a population, they are so desperate. You know. But when you compare yeah, Mammy, it's me catches a cool because so no bigger to meet. Then yesterday be sir to me dear no. Obi open to me biano. Nippon were very desperate. Let's look at North Korea. What do you say?
Yeah.
On Kazakazan in Yakra, in Yakra. So nobody on Kazania. Oh, it is our baby. Now, Yamamunuti and India, I dear hard give me. Sadaramica said, Yamatua base, say MPB, the Tita Castle. The Tita Castle, and Futuquanqua will be in the window of coffee. Hey, you want to mommy, want to mommy, want to mommy, want to mommy. Saturday and the car air conditioning. But if it's 7 December, and that's a 7th March, that's a president no kwa near Castle. About way naba, MP way naba, near Jimmy 2 year, mammy. The car so 6 foot to Quan so this is the 2 foot to level. Oh, who crosses MP in the camp? Then so that will open to me. No, I dear have you been said, what can I simply took Yana Yako to Abano, or the before be a say Yakuman? Yet before be a say Yakuman, or time be our home. Yase, come my mammy, Oko Traba, can you what Traba? What do you say? Oh, we are about to Republican or Democrat. What will be that?
No.
What will be that? What to be that? obi akwa akwesha na ka no ato na so we dey ekodi akoto aba no e ho no bo ne NDC atade wo bo na NPP atade wo bo CPP atade
and of course ebra on the voting day no say and so be party bia we dey akoto aba no
party as e but obi a ne kai ba stick NDC and NPP stick am obo why you say yeah why party members now mo ba some dey aduane ba no omo ka no mo be party card e ba aya NPP go NDC go ya be ka say o na so that e be do no a different story.
Wow.
It is how some politicians get into power no and they are very desperate and then they bomb some of them so mo ko parliament one said they no my desperate to power omo the sans sayaba omo won omo pesuan so no omo the sans sayaba omo brabo man
only say desperation no like the way we're saying and they have positive effect and negative effect but maybe they may only say desperation no the negative way because there no the ayenade and yes so pedo de aboa o ma o say to mami no
and make us say obi a wa ya ibia no what beginning no on ka the positive no the sem na o ka ya no and sem na o ka no o manifesto no a mo ka ya no Sanka atia kura wo mo ya kura no dia enka ni saka bebe baba as say you can't throw the memeka your mama is mama so 1 million just beba saka ni just one kana also man 10 billion obey no ma bibiri obey kwan obey we kabasha saka se kosu but odopa Ghana from for 2 million man no one can
also say oh my ya je mo concession this that about you nyina de be mom so what does it mean by that
make us a boshafu.
Onim this week at NBC war I think Accra home Patemo baby a soldier 4 went on the land that they were supposed to protect for somebody they were beaten almost to death and yeah media group been a copy of one kind one because yes say omo can whatever was burned to ashes and kayokum crowd ya ka ho na eya na ya asifum say asa adam asema me kan asase sebe o ba asase su wan fa bi ama o beto e eti wa beto a adana asase nti wukunua just for a little piece of land how big or small it is crowd you have no right so wukunbi and I him for no so I hope say a government no ebe yes some ran say so hinibi eton asase no sisi nipo to no sign the langas this go kugusu no sign to mum fufra e was so hene kro na yetwe na so se sha se atwe o maso a sa de na tu betwa
Mane sa asewe dia for 55 years ago asempa na purpose address you know na dem ba kon so wo hiri bia so political party and then when it says they Ghana every 8 years they are political party people. Or he be anya the party ba. Enti or na no aka to on kasa onye hwe. But the party ba ya no the brafo fraba.
Whoa.
Baby kumasi. Baby me ma mo. Mami. Ohire omo ko nya to masasu o ti so bibia ohini wu ye no de bibia ye okay ya ye afi ba kwa ba mienu miensa make us ohini na wa ba no ye MPP ni o make us na emom no MPP ababa ya unsa osi obia na onye o mama ni sawulis ana onye bia wienu o just ka foforo
wow
obi a unkrata wonye list na kasa wonye list who say we there osa ma allocation paper why your side plan uri bibia ka what they call otu asa na ukro list no na as allocation paper there no ma no bua okotu e besa wa dia ba
na ye memo an no entumi nhihye mmer bia e be brasa there because I say akwa che
ya den Nidia ben say unsa Ghana no yekuru baako na so ba nsase semo a ehya hemfo nsa Oh, Ghana na ekuro baako, but ahemfo ana kyerɛ sɛ wo obenya asase obopum ana nifa na want to so ana wo akyi. Ana ɔmo na kyerɛ ebu a ɛsɛ sɛ utua. Ana deɛ ɛsɛ sɛ ehunu sɛ ɔmo se asase no yɛ ntɔ. Yɛlisi. So, it is a will see we need your no duration. What time I saw so on the assassin.
Yeah.
It is only assassin but ya or nona a young diam or none the chile a boa as a sort of tussle. Where your president as a young piasm, a young DCSM, I want hearing now and a chile. Now, Saturday we are Koswa in film because or he be at the so or need to move for a camera. Dan so ohini free mu a ohini fofo beba no tumamfo nyina obebia no obetweska
we there okay come here say was say whoever wins the presidency this coming December no was all they can na adwuma obeyo ho say saade na akoso ache I didn't know also obi hwere ne nkwa e wa asase nti asase no e worth more than the human life nana.
Bibi a waka na bia no timamni epe efra ban ho timamni epe afi ohene bi ho a as said the bia obi begina ntemo
Debbie very
and that's our problem because when I for example somebody to kromwa me the cap me the show me the bibi ekọ Ghana so me na maba adwuma na manya bia matade no me die ko container mu Biana mako bia one load container. The container network go to Ghana. Oko here yes so agent. With that agent no man
yeah, who to be there.
And then the agent have to decide how much you have to pay.
Yeah. That is really wrong.
After paying the money to the government. Now a ban wako banga puchiano. Agent you say person officer we say man 5,000 Ghana. Gate where I see 2,000 Ghana. Kapua, I see 1 Ghana. We do my budget.
I am here to bring somebody on the show, our Habo opinion, to come and explain all of this. Because I tell you, maybe says a grad, my SME she put maybe.
I don't cry, but says kind of cry. Says kind of go our receipt now, so that the answer I will cry. When we are saying about miscellaneous. Miscellaneous, yes, miscellaneous, yes, in church.
Yeah, church.
Miscellaneous. Now, can you say habo? Nobody is miscellaneous. Assassin, assassin, one working scammer, me fancy or hini. Yama kata wako lance wako he assassino enyadia ebebiedano insubida ho electrical problem bi wo ho awe flooded area ubetime assassin bi akre lance fa check yama paper want to be why cyclone bibia wi aka be Sudan then so open your sky at the brigade na one go lance guard for no what be fa bia ba promise.
Let me show this video. Na yento aso na sasase nti e wo se dipa hwe ne nkwa asa de na wo se etutumitwa e wo ye memu
ba me kana sasase de ene kwa da busafo kura ku mo kura cha ya to no it is a nyame ado no nya sasase o da na to Sudan bia na se papa na di wo fo fie pa
wow.
So this man too is a soldier. This man, I know headquarters. Yes, sir. We were called. Our big man came there, and we were called. That way we should come and assist them. They came. That was Bafo Sapon. He is the Eastern Regional Emponia Hene. He is the Emponia Rain for Eastern Region. So they came there to ask for assistance that we should come and make sure that we secure the land. So we came there and he said that he has called all the chiefs. He has called the chief and he has informed them. So as we were there, we go to the Muslim chief. Come again. Official duty, sir. Official duty. So the leaders, the people came to our CO. So he gave them the direction that we should come there. So as we came and met Emponia Hene. So Emponia Hene go to Zongo chief and went to inform him about the operation here. And he called all the chiefs there. There were some 2 chiefs there. I have the record. Oh, they've moved my jacket. The jacket, the number and everything is inside. So that man is the person who came and he talked to him. After he talked to him finished, we came there. We came to the police station and informed the crime officer and then the CID in charge. We informed them and we came to the side there. On the side there too, we made sure that we called the chief in charge. So they came there and said that if that be the case, they will go to the chief palace. So as we were there, the MCE came there with the political and the assemblyman. They came there to come and talk to the chief. So after they came there to come and talk with the chief, they said that if that be the case, we should be there. So they will call all the chiefs and talk to them. So what happened today? We were there.
Yo, Milia. Asifim pa. Baby request for you come on my yente. Ebi nso wo ha ye ohu. Na yekum nipa asasinti. Sebe. Masem we de da meka minja e kanda. Kwafem so me yehu bibi. Ye nyina ye ba asase ne yemfa bi ama. Ye kron so aye mfa bi nko. Wo be twa wa akọ. Enti adan. Say ye di wedi hene. Ewo brono kakra bi so. Asase no nananum ebetu e no maja hokọ you. O man fa nko. Say we de waton aton amobi aton na asase nti nipa ehwere ne nkwa enkosi da ben saban no so anya ho hwe a na nipa ya so na besan to aba ma na nipa yiwu na ye meme gana gwa mema no mo no so se wiase kora ne mba dozo se mema no meme yo mo no so enso kuma ne yekum mo ewo utie nsem ekoso niema ehunya
Mami, me, the major Hokran, scissors for no to Hono. Yeah, unim say, a bit more Hokranwa, or many are in Funibi cry and say, we so duty or need duty, so duty dear, head dear atono, so need duty, we are best for that prison because it is a crime. So only Ohinibi. Anase MCB ebeka se bra ne be bo asase no ban oh hwapa nyasa bia se ne ko se afruit mamufo mekai obi a wo sidai boga no sidai wo Ghana wa ko hu salaga front woni se osida no moto block no kosoro
no ma ko bubu no
anopa no mbeba no lalaga fo no buni nyiragu
wahwe tumi ben pa no mo
because omo twaboa man na se so twasa otua sa abo no
otua kwa style o besan ya be
boga na so otua itunim omo ne boga ne yegidige no ebi ani o boga no anopa no nkofo ni si eda no a na odi soja fo because na adwumayefo no mo oba no abo ya bobro wo mo na adwumayefo ne ma. It's in order for the human never possible or no for soldiers for any police for about arm. No, which now, into a human funny, a humana costume. na langa for so okay and yes no anapa kra mo ho no bia tutu a no bia
and I do now coordinate
anakra makoda na mu ha nkro mu no mo so be si omachi
we
and da no omo mfu so omo bu ne fifi na mu tutu tokro
na almost say no
almost no so in this case no but and say o ha security for anopa
now heavy for anaju na anaju no ti esa area ho no betumi atena ho undumi ntena ho
mama ebi o ha amodi takashi ebi o mo free say langa for yes meja but you say anana de kro no ba no so mo abo na so wantua and assassin ton until when they say 1 million as you 1 million man
na ske enye nwa ne ketashi se ne proye no they say be bribe na fa ba bia assassin so a what area no yes I bet you scansa as I was say so time
and the quite video ya we and quite say be any papa could be any phone call
no there's a mob a whole lot of people that two soldiers who bet
I from na make say baby me mamuti I for from by we kept what be out to be
according to sources your reporter no copy on anka o my ties radio mo be shiom
na ka me ko
what to free
na me ko na di mo fufi
na oni mo na say say o mo town na e ghost town obi eni ho nipa ni nyina edwane
na o say na because say o ma Ghana night mamuni na sebe wa manya me ebie wani ebie waso ebie wadwemu a obi de won kwa ebeje fans on kwa no obi de beje fans what I say kre we see that from to on go for guarantee agoba ko je to wu how ma pa ye bo that do so in the corner or to call left and right how na wa how ma we bu ti ba akokora no a ba me say ko hospital sa adwena da meji o
ba ko kan we de sikan ya pai ni trim
yes I'm proud this even this year no mommy a year you don't have to engage yourself and don't get close to where they say there's violence going somewhere say basa ko ba bia this year no and ko hobi once you crowd what store nim kura do mu kura obi betime twa no abo waso hebi because cash what Ghana is saying this year no bia percent odi basa bia percent odi basa what the young kuru makura say Ghana dey bia mo obi timi ko Kumasi jo bi ko as a market obi ko obi timi ko intimi movement in the gathering here he kuru mo say what up obi nim so police ni yin so ni finish you call demonstration obi no so that police can say baby atena bottle no dey ato from fefro of ato that you call demonstration it has bia person the just demonstration make us it's good I mean it's good for obi be fight am but fight am here say the partner will fight am no after the connection of the cow after the connection there na ubenya after the connection say the partner benefit no so there na e power brabo exercise na deba on this matter e bia na tokwana omo mama timamufo e bia say me need the reason why but when the real sikano it involve a whole lot of people what I say MC room IFO assemblyman room when obia look at how the police officers what is involved
on that same little piece of land
na say my car can ya who say or see tagba or mobile let you some see they came to our office our station but time I see ni ba no mo e o mo ba see na so confond that family o kasa bizima do accord dan in the cruise mu kra Accra and we all chilling and also to from one awusu it if not a reporter and the call can you a dead man it emergency says man yeah penny for this is
say aban din na besi form e wo sema e koso wo ye man Ghana mu aban ye sro
minim se wo hwe in there enwumre wo Ghana aye ria e wo America krum ha baby e wo in the Rockies. Yesra mo mumfa mo nan sifom e wo Ghana nsasesem obi wo ho ba aban mu to say the desperation we're talking about all back asase oni bi nso ni party nya wuni ya the next 2 days obenya asase ono no obenya no baby eda ho yie na wesini de esiso no wabe na kesesem wo so ye besrem mo Ghana ban ensa dansa ye yesrem mun so na mun kuntia asasesem ahemfosem ene mamba omohwere omonkwa e wa asase ho yesrem
so aden kura gidi pa ne dia mpukura dia ana nipa no sabi ye de che no kura dia ana ka se ye jefinsa nanso nipa na ye na juma na what cheska oh dia man the character chesa asi e wo dia yes 2 years so far brought back crisis in the Jefferson 3 years o da no sinu enkoche afno otwa foundation ya Jefferson ya time before obi ko wo hokra ya wo sikura no ya saton and now metie at the last 2 weeks on let me tell my maybe ask my work and also YouTube.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah, original sa ni no bonya sa asio ni dinosaur obu atu egu.
Oh, buda atu egu. Atu wo MP. Sabe bia wasase ne dan edaye ebabe dan. Anyi ntuno wo ohia ni kwa se wo dan ebabe die. Ti what to work afa ono ni fi.
Esa MP ni minya na bisa ne se okoto mame ne wo ho ana mame ne beto no ho.
Mame okoto mame no ho.
Etini ha pa ne say.
According to mame no, ono mo brohi ana broni bi ehunu mobo ato asase na ye bodwa bi ama ne tim. Oh na wanya bi amu asase abon kro no. Waye bodwa bi ama na tim. Ubeka kra na bi ama mi abatu okra. Wasa to abama.
Na wo
ye ya. Abama wo no party. Na wabetu na no adwa. They say he fa na no person nkoda. Oh, so yeah, the Ghana, I deal here and so the G2 you're desperate. Just, G2 when you're G2 we are. Now what sitting for pass, I won't have frost. Indeed, I want to so that just as to assassin. What for assassin, I know. What might be behind and what for no, you must say. The would you go for it? Judgment was up with Jogger some trouble.
A problem.
Yes, I go for you. Me, I come to be.
A problem, pa.
Yeah, for me, and penny for no, says I no man. Yes, sir. You can tell us as you come at home call once. I'm okay, you work on so assassin, I will be the Mudada. I will be the Mudada. It is a who chrome, bibu, that's what I say. 1 to 1 for 1 CBBS so. That's a Jamia, no, that's all here. Sebi, or the assassin, a mao, Unua, the best I just got for. The best I just got for, a month for any leaders will have to. I saw me do for because I have you be there. I idea a cost check. Negusu a cost. Come here, said Ghana, so got us no sick when you do be. That's a Gamia. No, I don't want to sit down and within 2-3 years. Who says I say no, dear.
Me be my young fan on Conco. Now, meaning say a penny for near canon betty. Na nimu he yampo mai ontwen ma say abatu obeba so hwan ya baba say yesre nana ado so beti no de ne nsifom no wa sha ase aye hu adwuma na December ba ni obenya bia nso ba ono so aba beto aso e wo yensa asesem ho esan say ha adwen sinia ayi Ghana mafo omohwe omonkwa e wo nsasesem ho yento aso e wo one district, one factory, and all the short carton were new projects, and you might catch be so mu ye jumano or my report say a jumano my
Omodi account say ekoso, but there are some places Omodi account said there is ongoing project, but it hasn't even been started. We have a video. This is a video source from Joy News for I report Omodi Mai. Base a video near to us if you na yahe. Yeah, politicians no niema omoye no say enam na kwemu na say promises na.
In November last year, when President Nana Akufo-Addo came to the Upper East region to cut sword for the construction of the Pualugu multipurpose dam, he also used the opportunity to cut sword for the construction of some housing units, which had been christened the Rock Estates in the Talensi district of the Upper East region. Now, the site for the construction of this project is located at Pusunamongo, not too far away from Pualugu. So today I am here to check if any work has been done on this site, because the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, when he launched the delivery tracker, said that work was ongoing on this project. In fact, on the delivery tracker itself, it has been stated there that work is ongoing on this site for 120 housing units made up of houses and apartments. Now, the signpost to this project is located on the road, that is the main Bolgatanga Tamale road. There is a bulldozing machine parked by the signboard. Now, at first sight, what you think is that the land immediately after the signpost is the land that is going to be used for this project. But in fact, what is happening is that the area that has been cleared is deeper inside the area, and because of the isolated nature of the area, you rarely find residents around except for passers-by who are using the main Tamale Bolgatanga road. It had to take Nelson Tibil, who we met coincidentally, to direct us to the place, because he's a farmer who has his farms around this particular project site. So it had to take Nelson to walk us through a sort of pathway that was recently created to get access to this place. And because it rained 2 days ago and yesterday, it's been very difficult getting access to the place because it is very muddy as we speak.
Well, that was last year November when the president came here. So up to now, it was last Thursday that a driver came with a machine. So if before he came here, we could realize that he cleared a land. That was the very day. So we're also here doing some farming. So we let the farming, as he was clearing the trees, we also cutting firewood. So the driver promised us that he will be back to fence the old things. So it was Monday that we were here when I heard some noise. So I could realize that that was the driver. He passed the machine, but he did not move it into the site. So that, and then yesterday was on Tuesday. It rains yesterday. So today that I am here, I did not see anybody.
What you will find is that there are a lot of trees around, a few of which have been cut down to pave way for the construction. But apart from that, nothing else has been done. There's been some leveling of the land, as you would see in the background, and then around it there are some maize farms, one of which belongs to Nelson.
Yeah, there wasn't any work here until last Saturday. We were not even knowing that they will come to do something here. They just came after something. Anyhow, they just came to meet us here. Before I realized, they started cutting these things. We were even thinking that they will enter into our things.
We do not know exactly when houses are going to spring up on this site, and it is difficult to tell what exactly they mean when they say on the delivery tracker that work is ongoing. But what we can report is that except for the bulldozing of some trees and the leveling of the land and maybe the creation of the pathway to this place, nothing else has been done so far.
My name is Albert Sori, reporting for Joy News.
Okay, there you have it. William Bema. Ejuma ya elkoso ye. So mukate sort now. My question is say mukate how long did take you and Sunday as your project I say. Now mukate I don't know what the projects say where a track I say yeah and how long they will say take you?
Man, I never come say as a project, when they come up with the idea, one, they have to go to parliament. They have to debate on it.
I think so before Mbeka sort not have gone through all of that.
That is how. And American Parliament will approve it. Maybe it's $1 million. Also $1 million, you for 800,000. You for see a debate every. The contractor is getting, let's say, 850,000. Fine. It's approved. I circle back to the committees. The committees have to go to Bank of Ghana. Bank of Ghana have to issue money to the contractor. So when the contractor get the money, get the funds now, at least they will go in sessions. They will go with 25%, maybe 25%, 50%, 75, 100. Okay, fine. So the sun was cut on November. Fine. Let's say on the November so January, February, March, so pandemic need in Wabiji. In January 3 days here, I'm the Buddhas I mean, who sit down looking at how the area and the city it was like a bush area. Some train here, some level of land, some here whole lot. But the bush is
Back on super.
Business are not retirement. It's a contract about the issue business already.
The question I say before Mbeka sword no when you go through every process in work should start.
Action. After the catastrophe is action. Which even some of them the plan, some of the project they have to be you have project to me, you got to so it will allow me machine is so. Yeah,
that is what I'm saying. It's a big question.
The contractor yeah. Also, last week I said something about, the problem in Ghana is the government or the parties are running the nation with manifestos. The government and the leadership in Ghana, they are running the nation with manifesto. We are not running the nation with plan. We don't have a plan. Because these projects like this, it doesn't matter MPP and EC. What is mother said? Contact an Electronica.
Yeah.
Yes. What Jimmy Sika? Yes. As a second project, ongoing. Yes. But you must say a human cost. No. Why?
Or just can we
what this kind of investment to America has now dollars in this area, Juma?
Wow.
Why is dollar investment to her? No one said. About the field, so we say we back on we why we could follow. So was our copy about 4 years man projects in the I feel not Ghana for America. Then the opposition will use this project. So see, I are using this project as a campaign to prove to the nation said, but once more can and troll what did. What I said, project in cost but ongoing. Ongoing, I be ongoing this happens about as I see it and ongoing. But the problem is that Abani be free so now idea says somewhere now so why you holding responsible? Why the sense of member project in the past? How many dano? Obiano because I said the contract and the if you are DC or your commission, if you are MP or your commission, if you are Ubako Bank of Ghana didn't call us and check the commission.
You know what? I think say you're saying here, yeah, Papa, the former president Rollins, necessary biome as a president. I'm not saying him because I know the laws won't allow him to come back, but necessary.
Mister, another meeting a friend said, Canada, Japan. Now they were showing the video. slim ho baby yakobu ma me abere wa bia yesi obefo ina koto so idu a yambuna manawu na tama yebusa Canada upon first question or say what is our sorry no and will fit JJ runs so ka once about so ka we won't be Ghana be a politician but so we a politician and that's all you leader.
No, you're disciplined.
One year positive, one city positive, you can't accomplish anything.
No.
Because let me tell you, baby, as I said, I did have and say, project to be able to be able to help you. So this is where a percent of boost you need. We don't look at the profession of the job. But we're looking at some mama boost you need, mama down for the mama mikro near the mama miscumate the you know, we're looking at like a family, baby, I is a family. And you say something you know, my bush any what fast and that's a project, that's a man, yeah, over to much matu. We are so much in the Mema who a friend said, oh, 2 4 man, and Penfoca can never. Oh, wouldn't say, Sly wouldn't say where they were fast. And what go bush and was and Tiancan if yes.
No, this can no, or this can in the refuge so the go bush and
who says, Cano and your president, Lydia. Oh, I am Mogafo, Mobro for 1 more Kumasijum, you can't take it to my total drivers, what your fee. What I say, if you are grand, I want to know, about half little levy on it. It is us when you take it to start. Full and total driver, or talk when you can, levy now a dash one. Another one was your few, and I made to know. Or one track, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I wonder what you must are living because they buy the fuel to transport them and they have to pay back. Oh, it is Uber, Kufo President Kufo the but I'm sorry, no, I do not I want to be also financial loss to the state. That policy normally buy. They are so nice. But I know I did 2 years now. I went for a car once. I find out where you got topic in TV, also financial. Oh, Obia cause any loss to the damage to the nation.
They say, Nipado no, Dimra so Penfono Mishamran and Socrano, they are above the law in Timran and Sunio Mundi and
I mean, Ghana, Ghana, Penford was saying that, Sebi. Well, I know the fund said, Lawrence, Tama Lawrence, President Lawrence. Look at amount of a year, amount for the opposition. Opposition point fingers in a lot of them, a lot of their leadership. Fine. When they came, well, some of them was arrested. You know, Victor Solomon, those people, they went to jail. You know, may he so rest in peace. But the point is, after that, you know, Mahama Mobile and Bahama Atamis buying. No more point fingers on so many who so mistakes are now. You can Dr. Nane America promote is or they talk about Osafo Mafu issue. They talk about a whole lot of mistakes. Mr. Who said Mahama Nidai Atamis buying. One of the that can be saying once and say, I was saying a project we a then uncles. And our project with a genus can go waste. The same thing when Mahama will our power. No, what I said, the opposition will point finger, especially Mahama. Mahama brother, they put fingers on them. But some people buying. And this neighbor no could drag and say, are you being here? No, now we hear and would be man and when dipping, and also defend it, what to be defending. I was listening to this banks are your guno. Our Ghana, and then people are talking about it. When you look like fast money by information, something about it means it looks like the government, and then of course, they issue money to people out which they are not deserved. According to the report, and they have the evidence. But Busamo said, why the year to sign a month? And from so we are Brabiano, I will fias, I will as a Dibia. So the politicians will sit on the radio, they will talk about it. Very nasty, very because sport people are making what's a debate. But Busamo said, why they do because them. So now MPP and NDC are talking very bad. What kind this number be MPP number be blown by. But Busamo says NDC create the power number back. Why not? Why on the man say 2014. project and I said 2,000 project now, you know. Sky and the man, now 200 Ghana city. But you might have 150 Ghana city. So 50 Ghana city is not going to.
Well, so it seems like
there's a lot of projects. I want to be here. A lot of projects from the MP from Kufuor time, from John Mahama time, and then Kufuor time. Those projects, you know, a beer one, and I believe, sir, that project, how much you is contractors. What I said, but I say, did they hold them responsible? No.
We need to go back to checks and balances. My Ghana. Cause ekobane sa na eso omu di nipa na wo man mu ho agro like playing games, give us the power me ba me say oye kakra no we ja ho we diska na we diska we ba we nya accountable for we o man penyo office o san apese ye san de ne ba so nduma bi oye ya aka nwuram se omusi o metwe ska ne mfu nti adan na we no ba ne sa project no entumi ankwanwie wan na ska ne kodi ne ho wan na ye in charge of the project adan no no fees wa per project ne ya at ho wo me ko a motumi etue ska wie na contractors no onu fees ntinu contractors no so fi o man ni mu ana na say hefa no mo adan na edwuma no ntumi incomplete
every project that go I'm going to call parliament biano. The reason why I'm debating said the opposition is support. Why? Because the opposition is supporting and said said it to be a plus to the government.
Yeah, an additional cost. Yeah,
a plus to the political party. But they don't look at say it should be a plus to the nation. Yeah, probably you know. Me say President Mahama project sugar factory it's in Bromway. About you said who said and that's what Mohan said. If your Juma ever to Krum.
Yeah, so we should take it and do something with it.
Yes. If that place is running, it's not about the political party. I got the Sika. I get the Mahama Sika. I get this Sika. It's the taxpayers' money. So as the taxpayers' money, you know, said if that place is still running now, the people who are working over there, what's that tax?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you get the money back. But I end this year. Yeah, man, this is the pay you young coso. Now, more correct, I say, oh, you see, we never heard the perfect part 20,000. And you remember the Gumura when I said, I is a Zulu. Obia Quadra, and no one until on the back. That's the way the Obia. It's Obia per se. About 20 years, be something like that. No.
Wow.
I don't know.
Says there is no need with like democracy and to about movie. Because Wobeka say, men are maybe na when never for credit, no win to so be a shady as an own to us one. Then there is no need.
Pon Hobby. Is it upon one of the voter region? Almost soon who baby sir. I remember during the president before time. That ensued in Fawomo. Then omo site to be omo see bungalow. Omo see bungalow ma so that they can move those people about inside. Then they can develop that area for them.
Yeah.
Obviously, estate houses. Look at the NDC politician, Asma Mokan. Oh, Mama Kara, that the mother got then you belong to them.
What?
Listen, yes. So those people are still saying, I want that situation in Sunira, not Fabina Kubi. Every time that was it. But see the stupid and the negative thing of it. After now, President Kufuor Fisuna, those people are not moving soon. One or more cancer. They move into the building.
Oh, they did?
Oh, they did. They moved. Some of them occupy the place. What I said, I mean, so crown be a people crown or Manabusa for the crown that I said, one or Manabusa for. But the problem is, I don't know, I don't know a political, and I said, for the safety of the community. And you are looking at their safety. Their well-being is more important.
Why are you making things difficult even for the people? But wow, Very strange.
I remember the cancer and the bar. It was not just a the big issue. And they decided to move in. But before free soon, after mess by the same month, man, and Dana, my son.
Lipana san kwat them.
And Dana, son. Why? Because certain Mufon Cotemwa, you can't say Kufon and sit down, was it get down upon baby?
But yes, still that will go to his credit. Muko Moon a time or Muko Mu after or free swore. What difference would that make?
It will be his credit. But let me say this. Because this project of my catch saw say it's ongoing project. I don't know how much of the contractor. And I don't know time frame of the contract and how long it take, how long and so the BPR. But when they look at this project, they are starting with MPP time. And I can confidently tell you, said that project need be with MPP time.
You're very real.
Yes, part of the money, out at least maybe 24 or 50% the crop. But you will say who said
a quote was project now, a quote was one.
That's the contractor. The contractor is either way, so the kind of contractor, if that said they will give you 25% of it, and then you find a loan from a bank, the bank will give you 25% to start the project. So the kind of contractor, how they work is they pay installment. So when they start the project, they don't pay you the whole money. They pay installment. It be at 25%. No what into you the contractor no. Say you open what you might take them more. Maybe the 25% you find the 25% somewhere else to push the project faster. It is a 25 number now we 50, then you go and claim your 25, and then they give you another 25, then just like that. And that's how they do their project. But I get this the contractor when you're 25%. It depends on how a percentage of the amount. I get an idea, and then the card that boosters that is one. And then it's one level to say a sports stadium ever was one. That is how you call ongoing project.
Wow, that is
so. But yeah, by the time an MPP finishes, one share project, what are the market? By the time MPP finishes, project in year. Necessarily, this is our bad. And the date, once 8 years time, and I said 12 years time, now we can one something. Project that's
well, we'll follow through with it and really follow some of Niamano Museo my be ongoing videos now there's nothing there and where I want to go on to a video, but before then let me open the lines to viewers and listeners. You can call in and contribute, call in with questions. If we don't have answers, we'll find them for you. Our numbers on the screen. If you're outside the United States, you can call our WhatsApp line 720-238-1489 +1 720-238-1489. If you're within United States, you can call us on our studio line 303-800-6277 303-800-6277. Your contribution are really important. Please call and contribute. I have a video that I will share that I said TI bad. Mary say to me about 2 or 3 and show 2 or 3 more videos now. And come back to a school for Nediano. A very important issue me pese ye kan ho asem na say beboa minim say government na me maybe nim sika omode bi ometumi I said a different committee or within that normal but to help them to prepare healthy food that will help the kids. Aside that, because you knew any baby no carbon dose. Me who say yes, some protein was in, but that is even still too heavy to eat and be in class and learn it. And then they made my drink, but still you're too heavy.
I know the Ghana culture.
Really?
So. Ghana culture say uko school Ghana na body house culture. Because sometimes in the castle, those days, I'm asked 94. and 92 oba mama awiana woko lunch no ubako no ya board okro pa ne abenkwan
let's go do we are better
ya board okro ne abenkwan ya board no okro na abenkwan ya bo watidua oh emuni peace ya bo watidua emuni peace ya bo watidua ya bo gabis so Ghana video no send the city and son of their school because Ghana crab breakfast, even breakfast you watch it. Wow. Breakfast no, watch it.
Very heavy.
Now the lunch, yeah, the lunch no, beer when you have it here, obedi diewu, when you diewu, obedi banku, when you banku, obedi a beer movie. And I also find a light to cry the make a ufu. Ghana culture.
Wow.
But at the end, sir, as much as I can say. Say, woman, aduane no, what do you for say omontie aduane no so? Obi bedi abanate.
That is what I'm going to show you that. How can somebody in high school like talking like that? So if we say aban aduane no wundia, now parents are rich, they are well to do. Bring your own food, and now mama will scar the better aduane. Then don't eat what the government is providing because in Kolani Biwa they don't have the money and they will eat that because that is what they've been given. But see the amount say I buy any the beman in Maso Mundi.
Well, statement, it's a total insult. But aduane is we. They don't say I connect body as here to your body and you feel.
Wow.
Why don't you media?
Yeah.
Body house, what your body fear? We are your destiny to the house master or walk out in Temkura. You never walk on them. So, what your body feel? No, you're out. Now, we're free. You free, no. Ghana need percent as a so with the local 5-star house. Now, Adriana, no, person would deal. As I said, what did you say? Adriana is your mommy, and you are going to power.
I am happy because some of us, we are not coming to school with money. But some of us, our parents have been providing money for us. But as they heard that governments have to provide food for us, today they haven't given us money to come to school. But for receiving this food, Master, please let me open it and we see. Even 50 pesos, you won't buy this food. I swear, I won't buy this food, 50 pesos. But government has provided for us to eat. Please, sorry to ask this question. Government, will he allow his children to eat this food? So I am not happy about this food. Seriously, I'm not happy.
You think that the food is small?
Yes, it's small.
It can't satisfy you.
Yes. If I eat this food, even if it's 10 plus, I won't satisfy.
STV is your time.
There you have it.
You know what?
How well are we training our kids at home? I always say that it's from the home.
The thing is that it's a politics. He's doing politics.
Your mouth don't weigh 10 times. Oh man.
Man, he's doing politics. He's not appreciating. Jenasamo. Yeah, also, my mama uska. And I would have school. I better get it. Fine. So say, my mama uska him.
Because I buy so mama Adriana.
Good. And then you saying so too. He's saying, he's insulting the government. Say, would the government give this food
to them?
And yet, three. He's also saying, say, Adriano, only 10 times a Kurana on me.
That's just a pen or mumpe, right?
It's an insult. It's I understand that a political time, election time, and there's people involved. I don't know where he belongs to.
Okay, so if you are in Ghana, a sorry, a something long term, and I say COVID-19 or and I say saying because a long term, even crab baby, I in your way. Yeah, made any free with school.
I mean, school feeding started from Kufuor time. President Kufuor, school feeding. They free President Kufuor time. I remember, sir, I know some people are now they were giving a contract now on at the school. I can't know the school. Even some of the teachers know what they are. And then the teachers know what they are. They appreciate the food. Teachers are our food.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying for basic student like elementary school, and I'm not sure if middle school was part of it, but we know high school, right?
JHS. Yeah, JHS. I want JHS. I want school. That what you are here. What's that? A Johnny Sir. A Johnny Emil.
Now, but school so bad, dear, now, but school so bad.
And I enter what I now where me as a parent, tell me I will regret for to say this in the media. So what about your parent now small who go school or don't go school? Also parents in class or mouse cow because I'm a mama journey. So the government food that is giving is a plus, a something to add it on top of your umami and papa sikadiama, but umami so farmer. Your mother and your father who is not willing to give you money to buy food, you're okay. But a banner will probably be the amount. And then you're okay. But look at the first video, first picture, sir. What's that near? And look at the second one. Every day will be different.
Yeah, it won't be the same every day. But you know, how well are we training our kids? Government is giving you free education. On top of that, with free food. How dare this little girl question the government? What does she even know? That is what will happen.
They will still complain.
Yeah, because Obama say what is here.
Yes, they will still complain. Because Obia can be a free set. 7.
Everything should be free. Even here, we don't get free food for our kids. I was saying, buying necessary. All video be out for free. No, I was so we are low income. Those who can afford, who have the money, I was buying allow to buy the food for their kids. Now, those who can afford, no, we are low income for no. And I was here because that is what it's here. You have to apply. And I know Kwalano first and Komoka Bemo Mediani Dine. Yeah, Kada and Kwalani profile so to so very high school. A Kada so that when him Akwalano and yes, any parents din Akwalani din. Was so utia. Now, Modi Bibia politics. Adriania Mubedi so politics. Where me also position in a church and letting these kids do that. Now, more than a Mudio Buo, I'm paying for a woman.
That was all I was saying, sir. That I politics. Sure, Obaso catch me say Benku, any shit, any side, any Kusia that's I want has to end me. Sure, rough, any side near your end me.
If you any crump, I don't sundodo. I don't suggest say, and then her Ghana first now a diabetes near the Ebino, but your cabo no. Ni bebre did you much faku no exercise nothing tisani ako anopo bibedi amu ewio bibedi your friend is saying
until bank one na bit
yeah enti
ana go dia na we ti ebim kwa de won jam na di awie kwa no
too much of it yeah even that eduane na was screen so na emo ne inkosia them beans those beans have protein in it. Nkosiano so protein then broad is a cocoa or brody or what just say combination ni bikura o ha emfa mentiase omo mu we enu aduane no was how almost pair a dietitian and nutritionist be no or church or moon the anukra was some near school for needy. Because you saw go fear, Ubenya Diani will fear it. Until I was someone to Mrs. Sandy, I know the moment we do school.
Adriania, I guess we try look at this place. Oh, college. Obako cafeteria could right? Cafeteria now, you buried the whole semester. You uko wako uchia.
Yeah.
Uko wako uchia. What is Canada? You kiss Canada. And the cafeteria no go one more fun. But Obako and they say lunch. Again, they mau. Yes, hot dog, hamburger, fries. Maybe a baked beans. Maybe a pizza.
Pizza can know your mom only one slide. Only one.
Hot dog. Yeah. Buns near the hot dog back to.
Then you have your vegetable and your fruits.
Master
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're lucky. Be a cafeteria and maybe I will call you very nice. They be about they're just this guy is so nice. And then let me hook you up. Maybe you fries get you be a good jama. And look how we will be our student. No, that will be a umuna the other one here. Hot dog back to the crowd. See, and you saw that new crowd. But such a million in the lunch, also a month I charge one.
Yeah.
Almost like $20. You charge almost like $20. One hot dog and a pop. Meanwhile, that $20, one dog hot dog with a pop. What was something left now? It took us like $4.
I consumers now could you drive bet to me and more of that.
I mean, we a whole pack of hot dog the same $1.
Yeah.
So 8 and so because 8 cents. Now so they make paying a whole pack maybe at $3. 12 pack. And this way back 12 way 8. It took us to $5. But to cook after they charge almost $20.
Yes.
Sometimes you go over there, you look at the menu as where they imitate them and call be a BK and confirm BK for beer, double wapano, junior senior and medium back when I'm in fire my Wako on I need extra cost, this to charge. But look at the little kid.
Complaining. Really ungrateful.
Yeah. And the social media, you're seeing on the social media. I'm saying, sir, it's the reporter is asking them to do that. My question is, why the reporter didn't want that? When I need campus to first one. January, I had a reporter and I'll call January. And those makes me the other to me.
If you're not on the wrong day.
And then another man in Mrs. Sayano. Say, I'm on Kubako. Some Kubako no you, but me and you.
You know what? Wow. Let me show Ghanaians kids what gratefulness is. When people go out of their way and help you, even when the government go out of their way, give you a free education, and plus on top of that, you Ghanaians pay more so. Yeah, you tell Richard cry Nyanisao. Nkwale school, you try for feeding, you try for everything. A woman say a tia Richard, and so you pay. Nothing is free. Or Brony Crow for BB amount for free. Before they be free, now you've worked for it. You have to earn it.
If you go to work, you don't qualify. Feeding you cry before you get a discount to cry, except for where you bring. Where so you are too much, you not qualify. We are Juma qualify. And just say what you might basic, minimum, barely minimum. Then you have to still pay.
Yeah, very sad. Very, very sad. If they should watch this and know what gratefulness is, they have to be grateful for. I so be mauncio kabako kranum. More or less to educate you for 3 years. Now final year krana yes me mo we need you for free. Say yeah, and more 3 bako krana. Be grateful for that.
This is a political. This the reporter I don't support.
What about the?
I don't support. I don't support this reporter. Why?
If you're receiving a letter that your tuition for that summer was paid for,
and I've basically been holding this secret my whole career. When I came back, I got a beneficiary letter, and it said Denzel Washington paid for you. And I was like, I was like, what?
I didn't know him. Felicia Richard was helping kids, and she called different people, and she called me, and I said, yeah, I'll sponsor wherever, and she said, well, you're sponsoring, or he called to thank me.
And what'd you say to him?
He was like, well, I haven't met you yet. And I said, yeah, I got to tell you something. You know, you pay for me to go to school. He said, oh, so that's why I'm here. You owe me money.
Okay, Chad, I want my money back. I went to the premiere for Black Panther here in New York, and I saw Ryan Coogler and Chad. He said, oh, I just wanted to thank you for paying. I said, yeah, that's why I'm here. I'm not here to see that. I'm not here. I like the movie Black Panther, yeah, Wakanda forever, but where's my money? And the 40 years I've been in this game came back to me. I said, man, look at these young boys, man. And I actually just started, I was like, whew. Sydney to now. Yeah. And I'm in the gap, and me and many others are in the gap. But it was like, man, I felt like the third leg of the relay race. Like, yeah, go. Yeah. Now, I ran behind them. I'm still running. But I was like, man, they gone. They're gone.
I know personally that your generosity extends past what you have given on the stage and screen. I have no doubt that there are similar stories at boys and girls clubs and theaters and churches across the country where I know you have also inspired and motivated others. An offering from a sage and a king is more than silver and gold. It is a seed of hope, a bud of faith. There is no Black Panther without Denzel Washington. And not just because of me, but my whole cast, that generation stands on your shoulders. The daily battles won, the 1,000 territories gained, the many sacrifices you made for the culture on film sets through your career, the things you refused to compromise along the way, laid the blueprints for us to follow. And so now, let he who has watered be watered. Let he who has given be given too. It is an honor to now know you, to learn from you, and join in this work with you. May God bless you exceedingly and abundantly more in what's in store than he ever has before. God bless you.
Very, very saddened that we've lost such a vibrant young man, a hero, a black hero. May his soul rest in peace. A person who was always grateful, humble. Our heart and prayers and thought goes out to his family. Mr. Chadwick Boseman.
It's so sad because I remember the last month of this month, nominated Obika about the move 2022, the part two na Amadeba. And we're so desperate to, go watch it. I remember so launching movie, now I was in the theater with some of the white people, and they were so happy, they were so happy. The way they tells you about culture, and the way they, mix, both, languages, and they were able to speak like an African, and the way it sounds, and then the language and everything, I was so impressed. And then I remember when this video that I was showing you, then I was sitting over there, and the way I comes, wow. So he have the way he appreciate, this guy, being part of his life. Now, and now it's a power. And then the sad thing is like, this guy was fighting like 4 years back.
And nobody knew.
It was nobody, and 4 years back, which you're talking about, what, 2016? And there was like a producing movie, which is like 2018.
Yep.
And I was like, wow. I mean, it doesn't matter how, what you're going through. you're still determined and you still focus on your vision, and you say, maybe I do my bit to accomplish it. But may still recipes a sad story to the movie industry, the sad story to the black community, and then it's a sad story to the world.
It is. I want the Guineans kids to learn from him and be grateful just like he was. Be humble just like he was. Be appreciative of your leaders, no matter what.
See, mommy, if somebody, so Anamika said, in this world, if somebody take care of you for 20 minutes, 20 minutes, you own the person big time. As what I hear once, what I hear one. Now, you swap, you know, what case.
Yeah.
So you swap.
Just care for your family.
Or you look at you 2 or upon 2 or start the 3. So the 1 hour interval is where you have to swap and all those stuff. Now what I said, that 1 hour, 1 hour and a the moment 1 hour no drop work on this kind of dance.
Yeah. $35. Some more budget. Some even charge more than that.
The moment I will not obi a door no I will buy the walking in. I said about $2 $30 in the quarter, 35, 40. So if somebody on your babysitter, not say, or you're like friend, not on job, but for 1 hour and for 30 minutes. Now, when you look at picking up, you own the person big time.
A lot.
So if somebody take off your life to be alive, to be healthy, and as a just appreciate.
Yeah.
See this school feeding thing. This is a thing that, of course, I want that the government will freeze some of the thing that benefit the Ghanaian. When Ghanaian went to vaccination, what was the number on the COVID? It was really low. But guess what happened?
Mommy,
you're politics. You're politics.
And a comedy or no be no
come here and they say, and then the background, my party members. I felt Janina to come.
Now, I say, Ghana for a Becumo Bibia, Bibia near the Amanyosem.
I read about a baby and I said the honors of Okra Midnight because I didn't know the battle would be a Ukra positive for you, but I'm quite the grounds. Oh, mommy, send me.
Well, you know what?
Abandon where Jana, winning the Pacron where Jana, and Jania Ben one and then Cabine, offer side, offer milk, offer more, offer way in account of no man Cassano.
Omuko Siena and Omuko Adriane.
Mammy.
And home science students in the Benria Momo Wedi.
As a matrons, no extra job, no matrons, no. They hire so a lot of matrons for them to cook. Wow. Now, Omakasa don't make no problem, and then you have fried rice, and then jollof rice, and then we.
I think it's about time the parents talk to their kids that the students in the high schools, the SHS in Ghana, will appreciate the government, the free education or the momono, and on top of that, free education or the mamono. Now, we come on well too. You the more cost some uncle dear. Ah, mo de bebo mo brother achi. And no, and there was some focus on not food, not politics, not what somebody is promising you because nipa no nyamai no abeya de kodi o cancel be na amount.
Well, I mean, one time, right, when we go to secondary school those days, you pay for feeding and boarding. After say what you mean, so uko dining room. That's a dining room. No, a jana yan one pa wouldn't be away. What do say? I show but to know I say I'm papa sick on the no. I can't say some more. I said na me ko to adwanu abontin. That's all papa sick on the man and say some kind. That's a budget akanwa. So who pro? So who pro?
Ubedi. Yes, I come back.
What would just know? Your father, your parents already pay for feeding, but the better for now, open. Don't just document your bank. Only document your bank. Yaya got business. I'm what is a business? To one Eddie, a beer, maybe a day. Over the Yamfra. You hate it. But I don't know. There's a politics in TBBR, free. They still complain about it. But I say, I won't follow you on Mankasa because they say social media, the kids are doing something. Some of them, the kids are, the parents are not even aware. We feel fine. We need to be the parents are aware or not. I'm more granted this interview. I'm that is why we're a spokesperson. Is it for the school or for the class? Or I don't know. I don't know. Just say, Abai, where you don't say, where Abai, will be to me the way I'm the med. I don't know. Won't say headmaster. No.
Will be to me the way I'm the med.
I don't know who's a headmaster. No. Because when a project in the buy, I don't mind. The school have to. The headmaster is involved. What I say, headmaster no, any school from any teacher for no, or when any people no work done, or when many no. So the menu is there, and you do it, change the way. The government has a pump is canaba. It's when as some now the government that's the very decide headmaster because the headmaster is responsible. So the quality, and teacher the Uzi Casano, and the standard.
Maybe mommy any video in
This conference was held under the theme Effective Mobilization for Victory 2020, the role of cadres. Speaking at the conference in Kumasi over the weekend, the former president and founder of the NDC criticized the manner affairs of the party had been monopolized by over-monetization and questioned whether that was democracy.
And we say it's democracy. When money is at play, how can I be the founder of such a party? Ladies and gentlemen, this thing was born out of fire. No. It's the ugliest form of corruption. I'm not saying money isn't necessary or necessity, but don't use it to destroy the moral fabric of a situation.
He questioned the strategy of some leaders of the National Democratic Congress to contest the 2020 elections.
I want you to also know and understand where I come from. I'm not the one who has shifted, just like you. When they are saying I've changed, he has changed. Are you going to tell me you two have changed? Are you not in the same place? That's why you're cadres. Yet maybe we're NPP or a chairman of Ghana Water. According to the petition they've sent to the investigative institutions, the man has inflated something from 2.5 million to 12.5. Really? And a man like this would still be at post. A guy like this should have been interdicted, suspended, and a serious inquiry, authorized into that, whatever it was.
Rollins had this to say on the recently held parliamentary primaries of the NDC.
We NDC people compared us to the MPP. MPP, they don't waste their time on too many insults. NDC, our mouths like acid. Nobody has more acidic mouth than that MP. It came as no surprise that they didn't want him anymore. And yet, you use your infantry, your generals, your colonels, etc., into the place, pumping money with executives to make sure. And it ended up being a very close tie. They fixed certain things for him to win. You know something, ladies and gentlemen? I'm saying, any sensible person would have advised him, step aside.
touching on the Ghana Immigration Service, he raised concerns on the appointment of the current controller when allegations leveled against him years ago had not been officially investigated.
Yo, Minia. Now, what you are saying in here, I say we need necessary.
You know, Ghana, you have to be a man of action, just like Lawrence. See, Adebakwa na me also na make one say position need be a position. Any jumati bia ye di bia ye de ma ye hu nipa. And this a court macro no a ye ka ho asem anaye yi na firi ho no. E asem. Let me give this typical example. During President Kufuor time, I remember this issue. When Osafo Mafo rice issue be and then Skabi Kodi baby. What Kufuor did was say, oh ye Oma Osafo Mafo echo vacation, and then he had to move Osafo Mafo from there. Mommy, this thing was a big division about MPP. And the division Kasepa about MPP say you Osafo Mafo free. But the good thing was, so years of month for sir, the topic for that era. But the thing is, NDC talk about it. They point fingers on him. But NDC Bible says also some month as Isaiah issue did they address it?
This
is not an issue. Did they address it?
No, they won't. And let's listen to something else he said. I have another video from the same man. And also something that he.
It's nice to hear the determination, your determination to organize towards a 2020 victory. And yet, there are some amongst us in the leadership who initially didn't think, after 4 years you can wrestle power from these people. And yet, if I may speak frankly, I've gone ahead and almost purchased the power of this party into their pockets and claiming to be aiming towards 2020 when I know, when some of you should know, that their aim is not really towards 2020. Because it's not easy to wrestle it from these people in their so-called midterm stride. But that natural trough could and may and will come possibly after 8 years. Meanwhile, you secure 2020 out of the way for yourself, so nobody will be the whatever, knowing damn well that you just give it from full what you call it to pass through when you know 2024 is your target, when they will also be quite weak then. And let me repeat, and this, you're so strong, so formidable, that some party is like it's created and being financed by the West to take away some members of your support base in order to make you, to put you on an even keel with another formidable party, the NPP. Will believe that after 18 years in office, I leave office, my wife and I, we didn't have $1 in any foreign or local account. $1. In the first place, we didn't own even a foreign account then. Former Secretary General Kofi Annan said he wanted me to help our situation in Africa, the campaign against HIV, etc. And that I need to have a foreign account because they'll be paying some allowances. That was the only time I asked my wife to be kind enough, and she went and opened a joint account. Not once did we ever use money to say we're bribing people for their fools. Money isn't necessary or necessity. But don't use it to destroy the moral fabric of a situation. Some of my leaders, one more
So there you have it. There you have it. Why use money to buy power?
Okay, last week, not the NDC primaries, no answer. Tell Moko, I'm saying no bribe in there, but you Moko, so John Mahama, okay.
It's very sad. Very,
all the statement, all the statement that all make you.
Yeah.
It's just exact. Now you don't have money, you can't get power in Ghana.
No.
And when you have money, you have to buy everybody.
Yep. And to say you're no more better no more discount in your no more say yes. What can I say? Atomo.
Bizarre said, MP, Obi per MP, was spending $2 million, $1 million, $500,000. And what they need to bring 500,000 as a soon as
yeah, so about it back.
When you say scanning back, and some will make profits.
Ubeji capital on what's your profit.
Hey!
And now could you know any?
Account you profit and loss. One only
I thought so that brings us back to today's topic. Desperation. Not only do you really, but if I thought maybe you have to do it out of genuine love for the work.
Yeah, Ghana, because Ghana, Obiakra, Epinukran, and Sana, Oba, Epinu, Plamis, Wato. Plamis, Wato, when so desperate, Wato Plamis. Oba, Obeto, Timamufo, Obaton, Obeto, Moswaka. Or the no, the bent to one and more concumunu, any side in the better to warm.
The Lord must be changed.
Yes, what then he claimed ownership. Sabantimas, Sapara, so what Tom into one and a contour, and that runs a canwasan. Every promise. Some people have to buy other people. Or see, I don't put it in the house, so you. I want to tell you, I would think I am.
Wow.
Oh, yes. And the crow, but the tell you, it's a fact.
Only do you be at them. One more.
How somebody you raise something from 2% to 12%? Oh, 2% to 12%. And still.
Okita Nejuma.
Okura Nejuma. I guess I'll be at more. But still. Okura Nejuma.
Now, someone say, Sassay.
All the words as workers, second words I will open another. I'll be no parliament. And I want to court, Quackodiano. Oh, but Yanka, we are working. She say, MPB, a governor be a minister be. Abusuani ananse intino Ghana policies abusua koko football ball nwa unya pass we ba we be draft akwa ba we mo bia ma fa na nkabi
na se be ko go de nkokona
kona no kwa ye ma ya chi ball na dia se ayam dia se atadi maka ya
ko ya be ma ya nya kola ma me fa no and go through. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, Pacho. Dini baby ofrefi.
Yo, Pacho, me the mama Gladys, me free Sakamai, Ghana.
Yo, ma Gladys, yo mo akwaba, ediba fire one so the Truth Mothers Jumedi so yeda wase wafre.
And Mujumedi no many asopa. And someone way ye dinner. Niema ekoso empire wona se erade ebe sakra nipa ni bebre we hwe o mampani Rollins ensamo a okeka ene niema slide so te ho any pictures a wo show ni nyina no ne nyinaa yɛ nneɛma bi a ɛmma ɔman no ɛnkɔ n'anim.
Debi.
Nti ɛwɔ sɛ aban no wɔhwɛ na ɔtoto ne nneɛma yie. Ɛsɛ nea scratch my back no ɛdɔɔso. Nti ɛwɔ sɛ ɔbɔ mmɔden ara sɛ ɔbɛyi ɔde nokoredie ne pɛrepɛreyɛ ɛbɛgu man no. Obi yɛ bɔne a sɛ ɔyɛ w'adamfo sɛ ɔyɛ wo yɔnko politician ɛwɔ sɛ ɔhwɛ na mmara no ɛne ne di na ɔman ani mmɔdwo. Sɛ obi kɔyɛ bɔne na wanka yɛ sɛdeɛ yɛboro sogyafo yi kan paa ho sogyani a wokora wodwane akɔtɛ wosoro woyɛ bɔne no yɛ sɛ woyɛ bɔne koraa anaasɛ woyɛ akɔra bɔne a maame ma no wana no so a woyɛ amede wobɛkɔ akɔdi sogya. Sɛ sogya yɛ adeɛ bi a na yɛ suro paa so ɛnnɛ sɛ nyame ampata anka sɛnea wɔmoyɛ medwɔmahama no saa na nka sogyafoɔ mmienu nso ɛno nso nka wɔn bɛku wɔn ne nyinaa fi politics. Sɛ wohwɛ a ɔdi kuro no sɛ ɔno wɔ hɔ a na MP ne frɛ no sɛ wa organize press conference ama wɔn wie press conference MP yi sɛ yɛnkɔ site hɔ ɛti wohwɛ a ne nyinaa yɛ politics. Ɛno nti yɛmfa politics nto nkyɛn ne yɛmpɛ ɔman ne nkɔ so.
Ɛno nti na yɛtu yɛ ho asi wɔ sɛ yɛbɛka kɔsi sɛ nsakyaeɛ ɛbɛbɔ ɔman anim.
Moayɛ adeɛ paa mo adwuma no Nyankopɔn nhyira so na nkɔ so ma mo.
Amen.
Na deɛ ɛde nkɔsoɔ ɛbɛba metia slide wɔ hɔ nom
Yo, ba, Osio Yeda was bebree. Yenya kan ye beko so aka no kware no. Kopem sense acha ye bebo man.
Eniema ebi nkoyi.
Yo. Mayate. Yeda was bebree se enen so wafre. Yo, nyame share. Yo, bye bye. Mini abema.
The question is Rens as more okay. Inti say yɛn mpanyinfoɔ yi sɛ yɛfrɛ wɔn mo na nipa appreciate wɔn mo wɔ deɛ ɔmo ayɛ a ɛnyɛ ɔmo dɛ since yɛbɛfrɛ wo na bɛyi ano adɛnti na wɔyɛ ase na in the midst sɛ wɔyɛ ano no wotumi hwɛ wode nsa so ano a na wotie no a kyerɛ sɛ ɛntoro pas ɛntoro kakrakaa
ɛmfa kwan mu
it will be say it is a project to be cost. The desperate we are so by Juma. As I'm now by we say, young fat to me mount. Now over some year. Till we say, Madame, who are bought for Diama, won't fat to be a mamma. Now, not some.
I'm a watom.
I'm a watom. Now, feed it to me, Amawa. Near the project Mawa, now to baby.
Now, what I know.
Some of the project a Koswa, one who as MP, who as a DC, who as a summer man, who as a MC, and for credit man.
A one never come.
Emma, one as oh, I do my a Kosu, I a two-pom. Other be a flower so, Baby Yanuna, and then away, Uncle, you way mine, and then away into Debbie asked one offering from you could have about to pull.
Yeah.
There was a wooden try. We draw now. There be a one some doors.
Yeah, so powerful from no waka.
There be a wood that be a na. So I no cry and no cry. Oh, yeah. Nothing ongoing. There be a gun as a guy ongoing. It is said that they were so desperate. You're very desperate to me. They should be desperate at the same point for doing something, for making a change, making an impact. You know, they said, yeah, what can we get this affair? Yeah, to me, we are near 10 crime. Now, the problem they say, other than MP, you amount to me and crown out here. No matter how precious you be, and what to be, Marco sittings.
Yeah.
That's allowed them to come back.
So they'll feel the people's pain, right?
Yes. You will feel the people's pain. MP or MP, the person has to acquire so. Why What I say, but on that case, I would want it.
Wow.
No, it's wrong. I don't have a senator who Colorado, we're not California. Ain't it possible? It's not right.
You know, but hold on, we'll call our line, so I'm putting it through. Hello?
Hello?
But you didn't baby or free?
You're funny up here, my free Parker.
Yo, many a back here. It was so afraid about the buffalo one, so.
Me boy, but with media woody. It was to say, they are back. Chrome has said. Now, video, now we'll show you if Akolane Kasa Didi a buying at me. Me, I think, say, a nipa now interview, no. Because so ma Akola Kasa now also the Babet so social media and I say, yeah, then I will patch it. Because so video no na in life or more recorded.
Yeah.
It is our colana and say ye crumpa and it's all the best to Ghana say or someone ye editing be an baby.
Yeah.
Yes, so if it's here now they are babe to honum. Because so video way bet me cry the colana cry at problem with the school and our baby. And now headmaster the credit it's me the assembly no.
Na I sa kwala o want to pa. Na even cross a media per se interview. You have to be mindful the things you say because whatever you say and it's out there, you can't take it back.
Because social school in Ukraine and looking like say yeah international school and I say private school, looking like a buying school.
Yeah.
It's no sano. If you are home, you saying a no say like if you are any panacra de kotu and I say baby.
There's will be in a view why it's it will be out there.
Oh, if you know him so be who TV so na baby.
Oh,
TV so they say no be an TV. But social media na they are quite true. The an say drew how my yes you. It's I media for and the bloggers for no. I sometimes almost almost hard drink. I want your more like news almost portray about Ghana. It's almost bet me so I won't be. I was like a rabbit back for star bloggers and any other because almost portray a lot of bad stuff about Ghana.
Yeah. Yo, me never yet I was it. So what do I drink chab? Yo. Bye bye. Me never.
To say the in your back, Janin was once to be the Kaka said. Akwala no kwa ni pa na or granting interview a political in oyen. If you want to interview somebody on this basis, I say ni pa ko start interviewing one cook and as a matron.
Yeah.
2 I saw interview headmaster
and now a teacher in the school.
A teacher in the school. 3 meaning said the headmaster no obey you will be or you're responsible for a no. What I said. So you have to get all these 3 people involved. Question them. Why I said January sir? And what granta for any interview? What I said. If it's something to do with like a huge demonstration, you see the background. And Kwarana won come so many baby. But 2 times Kwarana to my somebody even shy.
Yeah. They were even giggling about the whole thing.
Some are even shy. Oh, now my concern say as a parent, when you have to, unless the person is also the parents also backing the ban. So
would you say the opposition is behind it?
Oh yeah, man, yeah, because Anabeka said if you are using this as a campaign a year, why don't you what I say? Any chain. Fine. If you want us to know the truth of the whole thing, you know what? So fine. We'll be a back and some. You're open. Why are you open?
You would mean yeah, they're about paying free money.
Let us see the package. Again, the woman. Bankuna we if you have Bankuna Sanka to me way back actually. What I say? Aside Bankuna, what is the side is again in the war chain.
Yeah.
Oh, but why Bankuba to pay the president at them? No. I mean, democracy.
Ghanaians don't understand it. Yeah, they don't.
But I mean, it's as who are I said, can you say this word? To papa. Oh, my man, I was so I'm a scam one farmer again. Who bet me so my made this again and my bet me. I know my man, I said, Mammy, change your docuno yard, mammy. Oh, dear baby. Me did 10 crab maybe.
So, okay, a dear, then over to me, I can say, I mammy.
Makuma 10. Oh, your mamma, 10 now, me. Name was answer, can your mom? Oh, I mean, I can she afford 10 for you? If she can afford 10 for you to eat, I don't know what must come on.
Yeah.
It's a political, yeah. I mean, to tell you about the some of them know if they come to social media bloggers, I mean, something they have to edit it.
Yeah.
You know, they have to edit it. But I don't know. We'll be able to be set up. They know that I mean,
you know, and even back to social media, there are some of the media guys who just come on there and insult people, insult the government, insult like a whole community, a whole country, which is really, really, really appalling, really bad. You have to live a life of integrity, not a life of being a media person sitting out there and putting insult on others on the social media platform. It's about time I was here, kind of correct. No credit in here, and yet insult.
Think of President Kufota will introduce something which government can be echo a trend. Now the trend not like will be to me like will be to me their radios. The guy those this appear standing on those people. They can be on the radio. Nobody the president that can be everyone freely. But mommy, don't run his time. If you cry on the radio, who just walk around it, who may want to cry and disappear.
No, who dare you even go sit there and say those nonsense? No. You know, I think most of these media guys, bloggers, whoever have been paid, have been given a huge ransom of money, and that is pushing them to be doing what you're doing. And let me ask you, when that money is no more, what would you do? Dachin will want to go and see where their parents are from.
This week, needs to be about Stacy and Miss Bear, about the police, invited Miss Bear to be in the CID office about the formation of character.
Yeah.
So who follows
No, I normally don't follow those.
Okay. About she may go to a radio station making a comment about Stacy having kind of disease and whatever. Okay. That is not what I'm addressing. Mm-hmm. My own thing was that, the deformation of character. I was so happy for now somebody have to address that issue. Mm-hmm. Because obit major radio, so obit me baby social media. No, I say will be poto. But I want to say what can say who take rationals? Oh, when they new person we see. When new person we see. When now doing that. Then people will come in and involve in them. Yeah. Now you're crosser. But I was happy. The reason why I'm happy, and that's something I happy to see actually. But I'm happy, sir. All by address that issue.
Yeah.
And in Stan Ghana, we have to hold that thing very serious. That's why baby I go be anyone say can no find what you are radio no akasa so what did you be at them? No. You have to come up with a fact.
Wow.
Oh, I said now we can go fact or wouldn't we are sure. And that's how you have to say. Oh, now I'm so happy that this thing is coming out. Now Saturday we ever Ghana. Yeah. And then it will be, those bloggers and those people, they will be careful. Obi at some Obi about social media about like that. Be careful with your words.
Just say the truth and stop.
You be careful, choose of words. Words are very careful. And now Symbia and other kinds are. And I think it's a plus. And we have to hold on to it and address it. And yes, sir. And there will be a gentleman be a graphic to the president. Look at your age and look at it. He can be your grandfather.
A year ago. Say, Sebe, internet na abafo social media abafo nti obi asɔre a no wabɛtena so na nsɛm a ensɛm fata a wo nipa no kura no bi didi wa enye wode na wo di unu abɛtena so and now the whole community and a whole ethnic group or something na mu didi o matem like sabi yetitem and to just leave your word side be fi wonu ma ba no hwani ye because all kano unu say ebe ha obi ana say di pipe mu beba baby ana say saying na we see describe or maybe community be bibi or more ye come on and say the truth and yet the insult and yet necessary cry whatever you doing mo many abema mama final comment na ye did you media na bury
yo ma me na say begin say advice kasem na my pen for said here omo betutumi ombejitumi ombesretumi every time for say December obi anto abamam send omo take mo mani apre ya kasa kitikiti obi tin fifre no pa no no say the to me mawa momo dey so ba compensation so na san fifre no obepepa na matimamfu say oh yeah adwuma na ade yi fra say no ekoso anakwa biye I dare say man here to skakumuna baby with a lot of projects. There's no people who are supervised now. Yeah, was at the end of the basso. Until Messer said, yeah, you're to me, Mawa, said who said to me, one more than so. For some more than I had to my then crow from benefit from you. They see an impact, a change in your leadership. I know that Babwa, the Bionso, and Kuala, said, Yakasa, Bubu, and Yadia, a Kayi. Yempeni for ye ni manom kasa ene social media nti obi agira bibia na wakasa dana mi hwe video bi said dey obi kasa tie ya hemfo sabe se wotufo na bia ye video ni di o matem entwaye yen hwe kasa ye ni e culture that's not our culture
no
nti yen hwe kasa ye ni hwe sania esi kasa champion for na me sese na me en mo hwe kana mo kana ho ban abra ye ko abacho na sania obi abehwe no ho yi na fa ho ko share sem da bia de me ka say se wo wanhwe na libitu wa nipa na wotutumi na ma no onko aban mu no na se be wa free ase na me ka obi bia ni na me hwe na se na you say you
yo be dia reba ye beda wase se nen so nyame edo be kan yensa na nsema ha e wo man ni mu ne ade nya yetumi discuss ye nim se empanyfo no so mutie eno wa supam na omo ebeye ama asumdwe abomanim. This goes to all the kids in Ghana. Learn what you're being taught. Don't learn what is not necessary. Because I know them faun kusi baby. Aswamre any oseti any obuo. That is what nyamia some cry chain. Fanidi any obuo and mount penyon for. Never mount kwa ware. Se minim. Mena my way and I say na so bi na ma uska se bekeka nsem ehun hia hwe ni ye esanse ska no udi ebesa unkwa hu hia udachi hu hia mumfa so mre entina omanim na ensi obi biare ye yeda mwase mediani ska ye woda sende
Sampayetia Obayansa fuso wo munye wanka na asam Ze mafutu sam kakre wa supeme Yo kofi ya woman Omani ya mama Bini baby ako Wacha za ya wareni Wonsom wanini pa Nasa dipa wofyo ye Yamo
Thanks for listening.